Hi guys, welcome to today's video. It's kind of an exciting one for me, and I hope to you. About a month ago, skinstore.com reached out to me and they asked me if I would be interested in participating in their clean skincare campaign. This is something that's happening towards the end of April, and I said, yeah. This is not a sponsored video. I am not making money on it. There will be a code for 25% off below. You know, click the little thing and you get the 25% code, and I will make a commission. And they did provide me with the items I'm going to be talking about. So I went on their site to the clean beauty area and took a look at some things and decided how I wanted to design this. And I went with kind of self-care slash things you probably need to have for times of duress. So I have a day program, I have a night program. Everybody does, right? But I also have in my arsenal, in my medicine chest, in my bathroom, other stuff. And this is stuff for times of duress. And some of those times might be after microneedling, after I shave my face. You know, my face can feel it. I want to be a little bit kinder. After some kind of procedure, after overexposure to elements, accidental or not. I'm a sunscreen fanatic, you know. But a couple of weeks ago, I took Lucy out for a walk and I reapplied sunscreen on my face. I wore a hat, I wore sunglasses, I wore a shirt up to here. I didn't do anything on my neck. My neck got sunburned and it wasn't pretty. It was literally a redneck situation and it hurt. So some of these things are things to have on hand for those kinds of things, but also self-care. So let's start with the feet. I am a person who enjoys giving myself pedicures, and I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I take this big pan that was my grandma's. It's probably a big, I don't know, chili kind of pan, and I put dish soap in it. Yeah, I deserve better. You know what I mean? And so do you. So I selected these. So this is Nip, is the brand. And this is Foot Care Mineral Bath Salt, Calendula and Orange. And let me tell you, this smells so, so good. Even if you're a person who goes for pedicures every week, there is nothing wrong with a foot bath for the sake of a foot bath. It's relaxing, it smells delicious, you could just kind of lean back and let that scent waft up to you. But I have to say, cold foot baths are also really nice. The very first time I went to New York, I was probably 19, 20, and my mom and I went and we walked all over the place, and by the end of the day I didn't want to go out at night because my feet were screaming. And I still remember we were staying at the Royalton. We also stayed at the Chelsea. My mom's kind of funky. And I was sitting at the edge of the bath with my feet in the tub in cold water just to help the swelling. So this, you know, for just a soak, for a pedicure, for a cold soak, I love this. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the ingredients and all that kind of stuff, and you can decide if it sounds interesting to you. Nourishing calendula extract and jojoba oil calm dry, itchy feet while softening the skin to prepare it for a moisturization. Orange essential oils helps to deodorize, yeah, with a pleasant citrus scent. Now, my feet don't smell. I'm just going to give you some highlights on all of these because I have taken all the ingredients for all of these things I want to talk about, and I have like 8 pages. So we're going to do highlights. Sodium chloride, salt, jojoba seed oil, calendula, which is marigold, flower extract, orange peel, rosemary leaf. It is delightful. It's a sensory experience. It's an indulgence. It's self-care, but also does something really nice for your feet. And summer's coming, you guys. We're going to get out of those boots and put on the flip-flops, the sandals, the whatnots. We want our little tootsies to look pretty and feel soft and be good to ourselves. I think this is a great way to do that. Okay, continuing on to the kind of self-care, summer is coming kind of thing. The Ren AAH Smart Renewal Body Serum looks like this. I have actually oddly soft skin all over my body except my forearms. I don't know what it is. It's like you can see it's almost crocodile-y. Not today, thankfully, but it's rough. It doesn't feel soft. I thought this might be a really good way of exfoliating because I have tried lotions that everything's good for 20 minutes and then like my skin drinks it up. I have tried dry brushing, but I find it to be really a little too rough, and honestly, I've never done a dry brush and felt like, oh, my skin feels so good. It's more like, ow, stop hurting me. This I put on, it's really milky. Well, I'll show you what's going on, but I haven't put it on today. It's not a thick, heavy lotion, and it sinks right into the skin. I mean, right here my skin's soft, but right here, ick. And it just sinks right in. It has a little bit of a fragrance, but it's not perfumed, it's natural fragrance because Ren, that's what Ren's about. It's fresh, it's lovely, and I really have seen results with this. I use this every day, maybe about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and boom, I notice a difference. But I will say this, there is lactic acid in here. We are coming to summer. After you put this on, you must put on sunscreen. And if you're actually sunbathing, Ren says discontinue use 2 weeks before you start sunbathing. But for me, I'm not a sunbather, you know what I mean? I'll be wearing short sleeves and spaghetti straps and all that kind of stuff. But, oh my gosh, it feels so nice. It just sinks in. I definitely have seen a change in my forearms. So here are some of the ingredients. I'm not going to do all of them again because these lists are long and I can't pronounce a lot of these things. Aqua, I can say that, water. Shea butter, lactic acid, third ingredient. Orange flower oil, grapefruit peel oil, mandarin peel oil, tangerine oil, tocopherol. These are really lovely things. That's probably why it smells so nice too. And the lactic acid and the shea butter kind of, the lactic acid helps to move the cells and the shea butter is moisturizing. So the most important thing, straight up, I'm getting hit with what I want. I really, really enjoy this. This is really lovely and falls along, self-care, and summer's coming. So that's self-care, just pampering for the purpose of caring for yourself, but also, presenting yourself to the world in a way that you feel confident. You feel like, okay, your skin's not so rough. Oh, this feels so darn good. And your feet look really good. But now I want to talk about times of trouble. This is from Bao Botanicals, and they're calling it the Miracle Moisturizing Cream Oat Milk Calendula. Calendula is going to be coming up a lot here, and oats will be coming up as well. I ordered this without knowing that this line is for children and babies. So let me read you a little bit about what they're saying. They're saying, soothe dry, uncomfortable skin with the Moisturizing Miracle Cream from Bao, an extra mild, plant-based moisturizer ideal for delicate and sensitive skin. Now I figure if it's good enough for a baby's bum, it's good enough for me. It's going to be really gentle. And I have used this on my face. I have used this actually under my makeup without a problem. The texture is a little bit, a little bit thick, but it's something you could use in an emergency. But I've used it for a couple of other things. I put it on over the Ren product as my moisturizer. I have put it on my hands just on a whim. And I have to say, I went through a stage a couple of years ago when I was buying and using a lot of hand lotions, and I swear they did not make my hands softer, and I kind of felt that it dehydrated them after 20 minutes or a half an hour, a couple of hours of being on. This is so nice on the hands. But wait, there's more. Have you ever worn your sports bra a little longer than you should? So for me, for instance, I'll take Lucy out for a long walk. I'm wearing my sports bra. I come home. I'm usually editing or I'm working on my thumbnail. or maybe I'm watching a movie, whatever the case may be, I'm pretty much leaving on that sports bra until I go to bed. I know it's not a good thing. And it might be slightly damp because I might have sweat just a little bit because we've gone on a long walk. And then the next day you have something I like to call under boob rash. It's so fun. If you've had it, you know what I mean. Look, there have been times it wasn't even from that. It was just from my bra when it was extraordinarily hot and I'm sweating all the time. So on a whim, I put this under the boobs where it was red, it was bumpy, it was unattractive, and it was uncomfortable. It was icky to touch there, you know, that nobody wants that. And I think I only applied it once, but I could have applied it 2 times in a row, like once in the morning, once at night. And within 2 days, completely clear, because your boobs deserve it. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. I mean, I'm not saying anything sexual. We have breasts, we are women. We wear bras, we are women. We sweat, we are human. Sometimes it's really icky, the outcome. This is a lifesaver. So this is just one of those things you have on hand for any number of issues. Hands dry, this dry, feet dry, put it on the face, under the boob. I really, really like this. It's only $12, and I think it's something you might want to consider having in your arsenal. The Babo. I feel that is something you use when your skin is under distress after you shave. The microneedling, maybe a couple of days after microneedling. But when your skin is distressed, I believe keep it super, super simple, not a lot of ingredients, nothing fancy. You just want to hydrate your skin. Maybe it might even be, you know, too much to hydrate, and moisturize it, protect it. But when your skin starts to heal, but it's not quite itself, there's some other things that are kind of boosters. So I wouldn't necessarily suggest these things when your skin's been microneedled, because it'll be too much, but before your skin gets 100% itself again. So I wanted to start with a toner, and this toner actually is great if you are combo skin. I'm not, but I wanted to bring it up because I know a lot of people are. So this is the Snow Fox Cucumber Recovery Toner, and it is like an essence, right? Little splash bottle, boop, like that. Let me tell you what they're saying about it. Full of botanical extracts and natural humectants, this tonic restores the skin's natural pH levels to rebalance sebum production and moisture retention. Perfect for oily T-zone, dry patches, combination skin types. If you're dry, maybe you don't want to use this, but I didn't find it to be drying. And of course you follow up something that is a humectant with something that is a light moisturizer, a watery moisturizer, so it can pull it into the skin. The first ingredient's water, the second is glycerin, the second is Rosa Damascene flower water, there's radish root ferment filtrate, and there's beetroot extract, there's cucumber, there's rice, and rice can be lightening for the skin. A lot of Asian skincare products, including Tatcha, have rice enzymes or rice bran in them, and it can be very calming as well. But for me, this is, like I said, not when your skin is immediately distressed, but when it's not quite back to normal yet. It's just, you're not going to risk anything too active that might, make your skin react. First Aid Beauty Pharma Arnica Relief and Rescue Mask. So this I have used when my skin was a little bit tender, and I wouldn't recommend that. It's just, even though the ingredients are really good, it's just a little too much for when your skin's tender. But last night, I was up quite late. I didn't wash my face. I used micellar water, but that was it. And when I woke up this morning, my skin was like, lady, we need to have a talk. Sit down. And I thought, okay, sorry. Sometimes it happens. And I put this on. And I left this on for, I did something a little weird today. I left this on for a while, and then I decided I wanted to massage my face. So I used my Tatcha oil cleanser as my slip agent and gave myself a nice 15-minute massage with both of them on, and then rinsed it off. And I really, really enjoyed this product. Now, what they are saying is that you can put it on for 15 or 20 minutes and then rub the remnants in. I personally wouldn't do that. I would definitely want to wash it off. I selected this because arnica is a word I know. I, at one time, knew somebody who was really into homeopathics, and I vaguely remember her saying that arnica is something you can apply to the skin to help with bruising. I thought, that's interesting. And then when I saw this, I thought, it's interesting that they would put this in a mask. Like, are you bruising your face? Oh, no. So, you know, I hit yes, I want to try this one. Since then, I found a dermatologist on YouTube who I really like. She only posts once a week. Her name is, I believe it's Shireen Idris, and she's fantastic. But I watched a couple of her videos, and one of the things she spoke about was arnica for puffiness. She said, I don't know why people aren't talking about this. Arnica is great for puffiness, and specifically she was talking about under eye. And I actually went out and got an arnica gel and put that under my eyes a couple of nights in a row, and it totally works. But there's alcohol in gel, and the last thing I want to do is put alcohol under my eyes. So I'm still kind of figuring it out. I'm not saying this is something that you would put under your eyes for overnight. It hasn't been formulated to do that, but I am saying that arnica is a really interesting ingredient and one that I am going to be investigating some more. This is what First Aid Beauty is saying, a creamy, calming, and soothing leave-on mask that helps nurture stressed, dry, irritated skin. After use, skin appears soft, supple, and dewy. And one of the reasons I don't want to leave this on is I want to put on, you know, my skincare routine. And I don't know how this would fit into my skincare routine because it is thick. I'll show you a little bit right now. I'm going to do it in the palm of the hand because I don't want to take off the babo. This is kind of, you know, minty green, like the color of crest. And the formulation is, you know, on the thicker side, but it smooths out very, very easily. And let's talk about the ingredients. Again, I'm not going to do everything, but right up there, it's like the third thing is glycerin, shea butter, glycerol stearate, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, cocoa seed butter, again, cannabis seed oil, allantoin, oatmeal, calendula, licorice root, which is brightening, centella asiatica, which is soothing, just turmeric, just one after another, another with radish root ferment filtrate. It just has all good stuff in it, all the good stuff. But it does feel somehow a little bit active to me. So not after you've done something horrible, but if your skin's not quite itself. This is a lovely, lovely mask. Yay! The next thing I want to talk about is something you put on last. It's something that is occlusive and something that will seal in any hydration that you put onto your face. And I feel like it actually has a protective layer kind of quality about it, so kind of keep debris, dust, dander, pet hair out of your face. And I've heard Alana Davison talk about this a lot, so I was interested in trying it. And it is way too small for me to read. Ren Clean Skincare Ever Calm Overnight Recovery Balm. It's very interesting. I find there's two ways you can use this. You can just put your finger around like this and it kind of melts, and just put little bits on your skin and then stretch it around. So you aren't putting a huge amount on your skin, the teeniest bit. Or you can see I have little indentations here. Grab some with the finger, with the thumbnail, and then spread it around. And as you apply it that way, I can feel it turn from a balm to an oil in the most unusual way. And it has lovely scent. Again, the scent is natural fragrance. It's not a chemical scent. This is what Ren is saying. Wake up to nourished skin with Ren Clean Skincare Evercalm Overnight Recovery Balm, a rich moisturizing formula that works alongside the skin's nighttime regeneration, enriched with a potent blend of oil-delivered lipids. And lipids are what your barrier is derived of, made of. Well, one of the things that is your barrier. The treatment helps to replenish intense moisture below the skin's surface whilst, I didn't know Ren was a British company, utilizing jojoba and sunflower oils to strengthen the natural barrier function. Aha, told you. Melting effortlessly into the complexion to provide instant relief against dryness, irritation, the balm helps to reveal brighter, softer, and healthier skin by morning, suitable for all skin types. Right up there in the top is glycerin. There's almond, borage, linseed, olive acid glycerides, which I think means oils. There's jojoba esters, sunflower oil, beeswax, tocopherol, beta-glucan, that's good. It just has some really nice things in it. My experience with this is that it's not something that I personally want to use more than 3 days in a row, because I got a couple of pimples after using that. Now, I could have gone a little too heavy with it, but again, this is something for your skin is not quite itself. It's not right after the damage. It's a few days after the damage, but it's still not 100% there. It is very softening, and it's great because it's an occlusive. Let's say you put on your hydrators, your essences, and then you put on a milky lotion, which the humectants are pulling the water from a light lotion into your skin, and then you go on with something occlusive that locks all that in, so you don't get the transepidermal evaporation, which, you know, you can put all these hydrators on your face, but if you don't lock it in, it can actually make your skin drier, because what evaporates is everything you put on your skin. But it didn't stop there. Then it starts to take the stuff that was naturally there in the first place. So when you use something occlusive, it just locks all that goodness in. For me, this is something to use when the skin is a little bit stressed, a little bit dry, or a little bit irritated and red and a little angry. And I prefer to use it the first way, where I swirl it around and let it melt and just kind of spread it around. So I'm using very light. Feels really nice on my hand, but you know, I wouldn't go crazy with it because it's a small container. And I wouldn't do it personally more than 2 days in a row. So this is more like for emergencies for me than something to use every night. And that's it, you guys. These are the products that skinstore.com sent me so I could participate in the clean skin care campaign in April, and I want to thank them very much for finding me and for asking me to partake, because I got to try a bunch of things I'd never tried before, and I really enjoy all of them. They all have a place in my, not my routine, but in my arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Except for the foot soak. That is a routine thing. And that's it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was interesting to you. And if it wasn't for you, I'm sure skinstore.com would never have found me. So thank you for watching me and for following me and for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Until we meet again, be safe and smart. And I'm wishing you good health.